What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. About 10 days ago, Kendra G had a young lady on her show by the name of Ashley. I believe now she's living in Florida. She has 5 children by 2 different men, and she has been divorced for some time now. And she came on to the Kendra G show, and she had certain things she was looking for.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
So I'm looking for a God-fearing man, a provider, a protector, one that's full of chivalry, knows how to wine and dine, romance, finance. Yeah.
Now, Kendra G was shocked, right? So basically, she wanted to know further of all of her qualifications.
You said a provider. Do you want to pay all the bills?
So, yes, I'm a helpmate. I'm a Proverbs 31 wife, so I will be a helpmate. So if ever he falls short, then fine. But as far as like mortgage and stuff like that, the man has to pay that. And me, I don't mind helping with, okay, groceries, with the kids, a little light bill or something. But yeah, that's for the man to do.
At this particular point, Kendra G is like, wait a minute. You want to meet this man, and this man is supposed to pay for like your kids, the mortgage and everything like that. Like, these kids are not his, all right? And again, I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not hating on women. I understand you want what you want. But again, even Kendra G cannot believe it. Like, Kendra G has completely been red pilled. And again, Kendra G is an ultra feminist, but even she cannot believe the audacity of this particular single mom. But wait, it gets worse.
Not saying, listen, I'm not God, so I can't say it's not going to happen. But the expectation for this man is he has to provide for 5 people. So he has to make enough money to provide for you, and then 4 other kids that live with you have a home big enough. And let's say he has a child, or let's just say he got 1 child, right? So your expectation is make enough money to take care of this whole household, including me and my 4 kids that live with me, yourself, and your child, because you're just to help me.
So Kendra G is trying to explain to this lady, listen, I mean, you got all these kids, this doesn't seem to be a good situation for a man. And I'm actually glad that Kendra G is taking this particular initiative, because at first I would kind of criticize her for not doing so, being easier on women than on men. But here's the reality. This is why men are not showing up to these speed dating events, to these mixers. And I hate to say it. It's because of women like this lady here. This is not to say that all women are like her, but man, like, it's not uncommon to see somebody like this. And again, there is no parity in such relationships. Again, I don't think that men are against relationships or against all the time marriage. The problem comes in is like, you want somebody that really wants partnership. Now, again, if you have the right attitude, you're not gonna have to worry about me paying for stuff. I'm gonna wanna do that because you're actually helping my life. I'm actually happy. I'm satisfied. I'm gonna wanna get out there and go work harder and go get you the money and go get us the money. That's not going to be a problem. But you got to be willing to have my back. Like, if the house needs to be cleaned, if, I need something to eat, or like, you got to sacrifice to make this relationship work too, right? And that's what men are missing in relationships. I mean, that's how the red pill even had an opportunity to get popular. A lot of women want to talk about, it's misogyny and all of this. No, it comes from a lack of parity. Nobody wants to be used. Women don't want to be used. Men don't want to be used. Nobody wants to be taken advantage of, right? And that's something that we got to talk about. However, if there is parity, and if you have women out there who are trying to be understanding of a man's needs, this is not really a problem in the relationship market. A lot of this stuff could just go away, but it gets worse.
That is a fair request, potentially, if that was the man that created those kids. But the fact that you feel like that's the new man's sole responsibility, I personally think that's a little selfish. Like, you should want to contribute because you're bringing 4 people with you.
Now Kendra G continues on the assault. She's like, listen, what you're asking for is selfish. She's telling the lady, like, you're asking, not only is it unrealistic, you want a man to come in and pay for you, your 4 kids, okay, a house. You want to pay for food and groceries. Like, these ain't even his damn kids. Your kids by somebody else. Right now, ain't nobody taking care of these kids but you and your baby daddy. But you expect him to come in and do it simply because he's a man. But the next thing will shock you.
I said I am the helpmate, but to say like, okay, mortgage and rent, they will pay that. But as far as like light bill, cable, groceries, stuff like that, that's what.
Okay, let's stay there. So he has to pay the mortgage and the rent for you and your 4 kids.
Basically, he's a provider. Yes. Yes. But if he needs help,
Did your husband
then I
do
have
that?
the
Your
money to
husband did
help.
all that, I'm assuming, right?
Yes and no. So that's the thing. We were younger. So now that I have grown and I've elevated and my money and everything else has elevated.
So wait a minute. She's saying now, well, my husband didn't do that for me because I was young, but now that I'm elevated and making money, stop the show. Okay. Kendra G eventually finds out that what she's asking for right now, her own husband didn't do it. Neither did her baby daddy do it, okay? And I'm not saying that she should feel like she should settle for less, but what I am saying is you got 4 more kids from somebody else and you want somebody else to take care of those kids that the man that you were with didn't take care of, okay? So the kind of guy that you're looking for that has the money to take care of you and 5 kids, let me just ask you a question. Do you seriously not think that this particular man could just get a better opportunity that fits him? And this is what I'm talking about with the one-sided thinking. And I know we keep repeating these concepts, but at certain points, when do we think about the other side? And again, this is a problem in all communities. It happens in the Black community. And one of the reasons why our relationships remain strained is, why don't we consider what somebody else's want? You know, every business that is so great, doing so well, the Apples of the world, the Walmarts of the world, Teslas, Microsoft, Google, they consider what anybody else wants. Everybody else wants. What do they want? Okay. And then you have people that have a seller's market mentality. And when you have a seller's market mentality, a person thinks like they're the only opportunity or the only option. So I'm the only option out there, even if you're not. And I honestly feel I should get X, Y, and Z because I'm me. But this is why ladies like her never get far, because you have a seller's market mentality. You're not interested in what somebody else needs from you. But wait, there's more.
I have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About 2 years ago.
Okay, are you waiting for your next relationship or marriage?
I'm waiting for marriage.
You're not having sex till you get married?
Correct.
So not only does this lady want you to pay for everything, she wants you to wait until you get married. Now listen, I'm not saying that there's not a single mom in the world that you couldn't do this for. In fact, I know a couple. A lady was a single mom. She married her husband. He actually waited until they got married, and now they have more children. Beautiful lady. Love her to death, right? Close friends of mine. But this is a lady that's very talented. And this is a wife that you can get something from as a man. She's one of the most resourceful women I've ever met in my life. This lady here, I mean, she could be resourceful. That's absolutely true. But could we honestly believe that you're resourceful? Like, you know, let me just say this. I wouldn't have a problem waiting for a lady that actually added some value to my life. But you're asking for a guy to spend all of this money to invest in you, pay bills, and then wait until you get married. But then what does he get? I'm like, what is he getting? And we just don't know what that is. Nobody knows what he's getting. Like, this is the problem. What does he get? At all. You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. And once we talk about things like this, then we have, all of these problems. Men are uninterested. Men don't want to date women. Women turn around and call men misogynists. And then even Kendra G, she's tired of it because it's not logical. You cannot match her up with anybody and say that a man's making $100,000 a year wants to sign up for her when there are so many women out there that do not think like her. And guess what? They ain't got to be black. Like, what are you doing? Why are you so down bad? What can you give somebody outside of what you think they should get? Nobody knows. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. All right, appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We out.